I guess my biggest struggle right now is flaw questions. I can't seem to always identify the flaw between the conclusion and support correctly each time, which is obviously hindering me from answering the question right the first time.
Okay. So what have you done to study flaw questions in particular or to get familiar with flaws?
Um, I've done a lot of just like flaw questions themselves and just like watching videos like your videos on flaw questions and like how to identify flaws and practicing with not necessarily like LSAT questions, but just identifying flaws in like random scenarios or passages that like are provided on the internet and things like that. But mostly just doing the questions over and over again and reviewing the questions. And it seems like I get it on the second time and like that I know why I'm getting it wrong, but I'm still getting it wrong the first time
Okay. And
afterwards.
how many flaw questions have you done?
Um, Probably about like just flaw questions themselves. I've
Yeah.
done them in the prep test from like 60, 57 to 65. All like the just flaw sets in those prep tests so far, and I'm just like working my way backwards and forwards throughout the prep tests.
Okay. So let's say that's maybe 7 or 8 exams. And let's say there's maybe 6 flaw questions per exam at most.
Hmm.
That would be like maybe 40, 50 flaw questions
Yeah,
total, let's say.
yeah,
Okay. It's a decent number, but there are still many more out there you can practice on.
yes, yes.
I also have flaw workshops inside the course. Have you seen those?
Yes, I have. I'm just slowly making my way through them whenever I do get the chance to be able to like focus and sit down and watch some videos.
Hmm. Do you ever notice a distinction between classic logical fallacies and flaws that are unique to an argument?
Yes and no. Like I feel like I'm getting the easier flaw questions right where I can identify the flaw, and then like when it's a little bit more wordier, that's where I get really mixed up.
Hmm. Okay. What do you think you could do to change that?
I think really just practicing more and just maybe trying to practice more in general with the flaw statements of trying to identify the flaw between the argument and trying some of the harder flaw questions.
Yeah, that could work. That could work. There's tons of flaw questions out there, like I said, to practice on.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just do more of them. And then another game you could play is treating it like you're really having a conversation with somebody. I got the sense that you've been looking for flaws in everyday life, of which there are many, especially in
Mm-hmm.
election years and political times. You have even more of them available to look at out there.
Mm-hmm.
So always keeping an eye, being skeptical, being critical, and looking to see what's that disconnect between evidence and conclusion. When you
Mm-hmm.
bring that mindset to bear on whatever you encounter, you'll start to pick it up more in the questions too.
Right. Okay. Definitely. Yeah, I could see that how that can be definitely beneficial.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.